প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি দ্য শেফ টিভি রিয়েলিটি শো সিজন 2 এর আজকের এপিসোডে। আজ আপনাদের সাথে আছি আমি অনন্যা রোমা, আর আমার সাথে আছেন
আমি মোহাম্মদ আলমগীর।
আচ্ছা আলমগীর, আমাকে একটু বলবেন যে আজকে আমাদের নির্বাচিত 3 জন পার্টিসিপেন্ট এই পর্বে কি করবেন?
আমাদের 3 জন শেফ এই পর্বে তারা বেসিক একটা এডুকেশন নেবেন এখান থেকে। বেসিক যেটা আপনার এডুকেশন, যেটা স্কিল তৈরি করার জন্য যে জিনিসটা, এই জিনিসটা এখান থেকে নেবেন আজকে।
আমাদের যারা দর্শক আছেন তারা জানেন আমরা আছি লিডস সিটি কলেজে। আমি একটু জানতে চাই যে লিডস সিটি কলেজটিকে কেন বেছে নেওয়া হয়েছে?
আপনি জানেন যে এই লিডস সিটি কলেজ যেখানে আমরা দাঁড়িয়ে আছি, এটা হচ্ছে আপনার হসপিটালিটি ডিপার্টমেন্ট, যেখান থেকে রান্নার যে কোনো রান্নার জন্য একটা বেসিক এডুকেশন দেওয়া হয়। তা আমাদের এই ডিপার্টমেন্টটা চুজ করার একমাত্র কারণ হলো আমাদের শেফদেরকে স্কিল, দক্ষ শেফ তৈরি করার জন্য, যাতে এই কম্পিটিশন শেষে যেখানে যারা যায় ভালো প্রেজেন্টেশন, ভালো ফুড সার্ভিস করতে পারে। সো বেসিক্যালি এডুকেট দেওয়ার জন্য ওদেরকে আমরা এখানে নিয়ে আসি আজকে।
ওয়েল, ভেন্যু রেডি, 3 জন নির্বাচিত পার্টিসিপেন্টও রেডি, কিন্তু জাজ আমি বলে দিচ্ছি, আমাদের সাথে মেইন জাজ হিসেবে আছেন বাংলাদেশের একজন প্রখ্যাত রন্ধন বিশেষজ্ঞ, দ্য ওয়ান অ্যান্ড অনলি কেকা ফেরদৌসি, এবং
সেই সাথে আছেন ডগলাস জর্ডান, পাশাপাশি 2 জন গেস্ট জাজ আছেন।
সো ভেন্যু রেডি, পার্টিসিপেন্টস রেডি, জাজেস রেডি। চলুন তাহলে দেখি আমাদের এই টেস্টার সেশনটি।
Hello guys, so today you have entered a competition. You have 2 different dishes to make. You have starter and main course. Now I can see you all bring some different utensils and different type of food. Before we go any further, I think it's important to mention the food safety related to this product. So I can see, for example, you've got a green board and you've got a red board. But for example, you've got fish. Which board are you going to use and why?
Fish.
Yes.
That one.
Right, so you should have a blue one, so you need to make sure, just make sure you have it next to you. And that's where we need to make sure we have this to avoid cross-contamination, okay? If I'm too fast as well, let me know. I tend to speak very fast when I get very excited. So, I'm going to let you cook your product to the way you want. But I think it's important before we get there to look at few techniques from a chef point of view. Is that okay with you? Yes? So I'm just looking at, most of you have onion, tomatoes and pepper on there. So I'm sure you all know what to do with it, but I'm just going to show you different cut for the ingredients. And according to the cut you have, that will have an effect on your dishes. When you're making a dish, do you think about this? Do you think about the size of your vegetable is going to have an effect on your cooking? Do you think about it? If you cut, I think you've got small vegetable. Why is it cut so small?
Because I cut so small because if I quickly cook and easily cooked curry and then going to mass quickly.
Yes. So you're cooking it small because you want to cook it very, very quickly.
Yeah.
If you were here, for example, you've got bigger vegetable. Why are they bigger? Because you use them as a decoration. So what we try to do when we're training a student is always trying to understand why they're doing something. If you do something, understand why. If you don't know why, stop. Okay? Because otherwise you keep making mistake. So we're going to look, for example, we'll start with an onion there, simple onion. Okay? So we'll cut it in the middle. From then, I can do anything I want with it, but depending the type of cooking I'm going to use. Okay? So we all know the technique. Have you all learned how to hold your ingredient? I assume you all know what you're doing. The main thing is don't cut your finger, but we say this to everybody. And the number of times you see the foam at the front. That's happened the first time usually, and then you remember to put it at the back. So when we're holding our knife, again, if we're going to cut it, would that suit your type of product, this? And why not?
This type of onion, what
Yes.
can I do? What can I make it?
Yeah.
Well, I can make it lots of things.
Why? What could you do with it?
Like I can make it like jalfrezi.
Yeah.
I can make it chicken tikka with onion.
Yes.
Half like cooked, marinated.
Yeah.
And then I can make it liver tikka. Lots of things I can make it.
Okay. What about you? If you had this kind of cut, what would you use it for in your dish?
king prawn chart.
Right. Okay.
This
favorite dish.
Okay.
But it is now is salad. Salad.
Okay. What about you? If you had this kind of cut, what would you use it for?
Different one, little bigger.
Yours is bigger. Is in what? That way?
No, square.
You want it as a dice. Why you have them as a dice but not like this?
Because my dish is a little bit different. Starter. The fry only.
You fry your onion first?
Green one.
Right. So you want them quite small before, so you get more flavor from it. Okay? So again,
The small and medium.
what we do when we're training our students, what we're doing is show them consistency and regularity. You want all of them to be the same size. Same as this, you want them all the same size. Because if you add different size, when you're going to cook it, some might burn straight away, another is not going to cook. So it's about this regularity. And when we train chefs, the reason we're starting with this is a lot of chefs want to start, I'm going to go straight on the fish, straight on the meat. They can't cut an onion. And this is like with any job, you need to start from the beginning. When you know how to cut your onion, different ways all the time, then we start to move on fish or meat. It's more expensive, you can't really afford to make a mess out of it. So same with other vegetable. So we're going, here we've got a pepper. Again, as chef, we try to avoid as much wastage as we can. Whatever we can use, we use. And I'm French as well, I'm even worse. I can't stand wasting. You know, a lot of time we go in a fridge with a student and say, look what we've got in the fridge. Now you come up with a dish. Because that's the life as a chef. You know, it's not always having to follow a menu. Sometimes your head chef is going to say, look, we've got this to use up, come up with something. So it's training to have this kind of idea. So we got here our pepper. Now, what can we do with the pepper? Is there other way to use it without cutting it? What can I do with it first?
I can use the for shashlik. I can use for korai.
Yes.
I can use for salad, like
Yeah.
some kind of salad.
But how could you add more flavor to the pepper?
Yeah?
How could you add more flavor to the pepper? What could you do to it first?
More flavor.
Yes.
So you put some like turmeric and little bit salt and oil.
Yeah.
If you put the grill, cook, then will be more better.
Like green chili.
That's it, that's what I'm after. If you're going to grill it and take the skin off, you're going to add flavor to it. You're going to add flavor, but you're going to add texture as well. So again, it depends what you want to do. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a piece
Yeah.
of this.
I can use it
Yeah.
after that.
So I'm going to give you a piece each. And then what I would like you to do is doing the same cut as I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then we'll compare. I've done this wrong. That's it. It's not for you.
Use like this, and then I can use it.
Nice. You can get one for you.
No, you keep it.
No, it's for you to do. I'll show you on one. Okay? So it's just a matter of showing you one cut, which I'm sure you've done before, but then we know we're all doing the same size. Okay? So it doesn't matter for what we're doing if it's a green pepper, yellow or red, the principle will be the same. So I'm going to move my onion out of the way. Now, I like to use a small knife when I'm doing this, but I'll be honest, it depends how much I've got to do. When I'm teaching, it's easier to learn with a small one so you can cut it properly. So you cut, first of all, in strip. So you're looking at 5 millimeter, roughly. Okay? And we put them together. And what I want is every single dice to be the same size. So I'm going to cut this out of the way, which I would use in another dish. But if I wanted to use this for a garnish or decoration, everyone need to be the same. So we're going to cut one, and then all of them need to be the same. Okay? So if you want to do it now, that's the size I would like you to do. Sorry, that's it. So you all got a knife. So it's not about doing it quick, it's about making sure they're all the same size, okay? So I'll do some more for me now. That's it. So be careful, that's a bit big. Yeah, that's a bit big, so make sure they're all of them are the same size, yeah? Obviously, if you're in a restaurant, you're not going to spend half an hour to do this. But when you're learning a technique, you're learning how to do it properly. The speed will come later. Well done. Now, be careful, some of them are a bit big. You need to try to keep the same size. Well done. So if I pick one, not bad. Okay? Yeah. Now, there is some restaurant I've worked. If you had 4 like this, they would make you do it again until they're all the same size. It's purely to get this a bit everything the same. That's it. So you got the right technique, but you just got to look at the size of your. So if you that was mine, yeah. So now if you put yours, that's it. Not bad, yeah. And that's it. It's a matter of when you have it, then you'll go faster, obviously. See something as simple. I'm watching you now, and I look at you holding your knife. Yeah, that's enough. When you hold the knife like this, for me, it's like my grandma used to cook. When we learn for the chef side, we learn not to hold your knife here, you learn to hold it there. So it's not going anywhere. But the same for the small one. You don't need to have it here. Look at the where I'm having mine. Same principle. Okay? So you control what you're going to do with it, but you also make it safe for your finger. You can't make a good dish without good ingredient. And the first thing I've done when I saw your box, I could smell the tomato. That smell like tomato. I don't know about you guys, but I know when I go to France or I go to Italy and Spain and I smell tomato, that reminds me of when I was a kid. A lot of time when I got tomatoes in here, they look like tomatoes, but they don't really taste like tomatoes. Same as some of your ingredients, guys. Yeah. I know it's frustrating because they don't taste like they should be, but that's beautiful. Is that the same for yours? No, that's better quality. Maybe work somewhere. He can have better tomatoes. Okay, so tomatoes, different way of using them. I don't know traditionally if you prefer to use them with the skin or without the skin. What do you do usually?
Sorry, say again.
Do you use them all the time with the skin?
With skin.
Or sometimes you take the skins off as well? Or it's not something you really do?
With skins.
Well, again, so the reason I'm saying this, again, different type of cooking will necessitate sometime to have the skin off. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do it now, taking the skin off, because we would have to boil some water.
Yeah. Off.
Yes.
When you make tomato paste, then.
Yes, that's it. So, what's important for me in a tomato, and I know this not just for me, but for my kids, they don't like this. They don't like what's inside. However, as a chef, you don't want to get rid of them. So, if you're going to do something with it, you might take them off, but you're going to use it for a sauce, you're going to use it for a dish. However, if I want to use it mainly for decoration or for garnish, I'm only interested in one part. And I used to work somewhere, we had, for every salad we serve as a starter, we had to take the skin off, take all the peps off, and then cut them. If the chef see one pep in there, wasn't happy. So obviously this, we don't lose it. But again, I've seen some chef putting this in a bin. Why? You need this for flavor. Put it in another dish. It's very rare in kitchen you throw away.
Feminist design style use this make
Yeah.
as well.
Again, so when we're looking at our tomatoes now, we go from full to half. Okay, we all got the same size. We got lovely color on this tomato as well. Is a good shade of red. Now, the only thing I would do personally onto this, I would take the skin off because I would use this more as part of a starter or something I'm going to eat raw. So, shall I ask you to do the same now? So, cut half a tomatoes. You want to use this one? Yeah? Have you got one, no? Do you need this one? Okay. So, if we do the same principle, guys, and we try to get the same size again. So, we take all the peps out of the way. Now, be careful because you're working on a raw meat board. Your vegetables are not meant to go on this chopping board. That's it. And if you make it flatter, if you do it from there, it's easier. Yeah, that's it. Because then, as you in length, that's it from here. You take this one first off. Yeah, that's it. So if I give you this one as a guide,
Yeah, good.
yeah. Is that the same size for you? Can I have one? Good, well done. Very good. And obviously the trick for a chef, very sharp. You know, it's very sharp. There's nothing you can do if your knife is not sharp. So it's using the right knife, make sure it's sharp enough. Okay. So we've gone through some of the vegetable. I've seen some of you already had some of your ingredient on the table. Now, what are you going to do with this?
I'll put salad plate for starter.
For a starter.
For starter.
Okay. So, why is it already out? Is this going to be used, or is that just you're not going to use this?
Not using.
You're not going to use this. That's rubbish.
I'm going to like a little bit.
No, that's okay. Because what I was going to say, you can't put this on a plate. It's already dead. It looks like it need water a little bit. So all of this, you got to think is very hot in here anyway. So make sure your ingredients are not done too early, and you'll know it's all about freshness. So like with your herb, chop them at the last minute. Don't chop them half an hour before because you're going to lose some of the freshness. But make sure as well it doesn't stay outside because it's so warm in here, and every kitchen is warm anyway. Your salad is getting wilted and it's not going to look nice on the plate. So the beauty with this today is you're going to use some techniques you know. What we're trying to do is giving you technique, but then you're coming with a dish. So I've seen you preparing your pan. You will also have to remember they're all the same size, these gas. Okay? So make sure when you're going to use them, it's at the temperature you want it. Okay? They are quite strong, but you'll know you need them quite strong if you're going to do quick cooking. Okay? Have you got any question? Are you all happy to start on your dish? You looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yes? Good.
আমাদের নির্বাচিত 3 জন প্রতিযোগী শেষ করেছেন টেস্টার সেশনটি, আর তারা তৈরি হয়েছেন রান্নার সেশনটির জন্য। আর সেই সেশনটি দেখার জন্য আপনাদেরকে অপেক্ষা করতে হবে আগামী পর্ব পর্যন্ত।
আর সেই পর্যন্ত আপনারা আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন।
আপনারা সবাই অনেক ভালো থাকবেন।